Fan of the Hauraki Big Show podcast? Make sure you check out more from Jase, Mike and Keyzie on their Instagram at Hauraki Big Show, or tune in to them 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, mate.
I tell you what, Mogi, your mo's coming along nicely, mate.
Well, it's a beard at the moment,
it's
isn't
a beard,
it? Yeah.
so it's quite well disguised, but I'm beginning to get...
A hard-on? Sorry, half a mongrel.
Can I say a semi?
Oh, yeah, semi.
Yeah. A semi-engorgement.
Yeah.
Because I think I said a little bit earlier back that I wasn't a fan of it, but the more I stare at that ginger kind of hue, the more I'm going,
it gets pretty hearty. It gets pretty hearty. I'm looking forward to putting a few months into this. And by a few months, I mean a year.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I am going to develop a whole personality around it.
ZZ
Hopefully it does something for my sex drive, man. My sex drive's through the floor at the moment, eh? How's yours going?
When you say through the floor, do you mean it's going great guns, or it's just not
through the
happening?
Floor, through the roof.
Right,
through the roof would be good.
Yeah, great guns.
It's fine because my wife's not around, so that's all good.
Yeah. So that's the sort of reasoning behind it. How's my sex life?
No, not even necessarily how's your sex life. That's none of my business. But your sex drive.
Oh, my sex drive.
Yeah.
Comes
waning, comes and goes.
Yeah, it comes and goes. I mean, I can go days and days without really having anything
100%.
going on. No sparks at all.
I've had nothing going on for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, just full mongrel.
Don't have to look me in the eyes while you talk about that.
That's all right,
Went through a real period of just being like charged up. But that's just gone now.
20 to 18
No, I meant a month or so ago.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
But it comes and goes. But yeah, certainly when you're younger.
Yeah, and I'm kind of okay with that. My wife certainly is.
Yeah, now this is the thing, isn't it? Because there's a lot of the stuff now that's out, and Joe Rogan's a proponent of it, and it's and some other guys I've met as well, actually. TRT, testosterone replacement therapy.
Right, okay.
Because as you get older, obviously it wanes, but that has an effect not only on your sex drive, but also on your general energy levels, your ability to sleep, and your all-around health. I just seen Sainzo's coming, he's in costume.
He sure is.
Yeah, and so they reckon you top yourself up with that, and it gives you a bit of a rev up.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that means. I don't know how often. I don't know how much it costs. Because it seems funny, doesn't it? I'd think just to peter out and die.
I'm occasionally curious about it in the sense of, like, I definitely have noticed it and gone, geez, I certainly don't have the drive I used to have.
Yeah.
Because I was a horny little bastard, Pugs.
But then this is the flip side of it.
Yeah.
So then if you got that, and all of a sudden you're feeling better, you got more energy.
Sure.
You know, you're the life of the party. You're sleeping better, Jase.
Yes.
But you're horny. What does your wife take? What's the drug that she takes? Because she's also, and I'm saying your wife.
Yeah.
They get quite used to it.
They do.
So is there a pill for them? Or they just want you to beat it? Literally.
Yeah. I certainly think there's times where she'd prefer I did. You know what I mean? Just sort yourself out, Hoodie Jay. I mean, for God's sake.
Yeah. But you think there'd be something for that, wouldn't you?
And there is.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, but I think it's, I know that there's, I don't know if you've heard of Herbal Ignite and all that sort of stuff. I think there's a female equivalent of that. Right. But yeah, I think you probably both get to an age where, it's just not such a massive factor. But then it is, and then you go for it, and then you're done, and you can rest again.
Yes.
Whereas
it's about, the problem is timing it.
Yes. Yeah, and getting both on the same level. What the challenge is, I find, is that once we're in the zone, totally fine.
Oh, 100%.
It's great. Fill your boots sort of thing.
I liken it to going to Cubs.
Okay.
The thought of it, you can't really be bothered. But once you're there,
okay.
This is actually great.
Yeah, totally.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie. The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
And actually, funnily enough, my wife were talking about, and I were talking about it not long ago, and saying, you know, once we're in the zone, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's just getting there that's exhausting.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're both fighting that same thing, it's really hard, Pugs.
It is.
Well, it's not.
Not for a young man like Pugs.
I mean, Pugs, I'm sure that's not an issue for you.
I think what you guys are talking about isn't exclusive to people your age in terms of when people are in the mood and those things aligning and that kind of thing. I think that would apply to any age. I mean, the drive thing. Yeah, that's different, obviously.
Yeah. But I'm still a young man, you know, that's the crazy thing.
That is the crazy. Well, look, it's a long time to go before we die.
Yes.
So what do we do? What are we saying?
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie. The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Well, I remember, you know, back when I was in my sort of 30s, a friend of mine saying, Jase, and he was much older than me, saying you get to a point where it's quality, not quantity.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like you have a great little session and that's you for a good little while.
Yeah, right.
You know, you can rest on your laurels.
Okay.
God, I was good that time.
Yeah, sure.
And kind of, I've got to be honest, that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
And occasionally I get a bit annoyed, you know, and I'll be lying in bed and going, God, I wish I just could be asked.
Yeah.
But I actually can't.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't find my wife attractive, I very much do, but it's just that summoning that energy to get into the process.
Yeah.
I think it speaks to the effort that you guys are putting in, you know, that you do consider that, you know. It's not some...
Well, we're in it for life, Pugs. You've got to make it work.
Yeah.
You can't, and I don't like the idea that you just go, oh, well, that's how it is, and I just won't worry about it. It's like, oh, no, these are all work-ons.
Yes.
These are all work-ons.
Sure.
So I might start just blasting testosterone into my ass. I don't know how you take it. Maybe there's a pill, but I'll opt for the blasting in the ass.
Well,
the ass blast.
What I'm going to do is I'll get you to do that.
Yes.
And you can
see how it is.
Yeah, and you can report back to me and say, hey, look, I feel... a hundy, Jase.
Yeah.
But also, you raised a good point earlier on, which is it's all very well you doing that, but if your wife's, you know, still where she is, you got still got a problem. Mm-hmm. Then you get into the scenario of I'm really frustrated and rearing to go.
That's right.
And she's like, I don't want to go. I can't. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Not a good place to be.
Not a good place to be.
I've found in my experience of relationships, Pugs.
Indeed. Yes. What do they call it? The breakfast fellas were talking about it, actually. Libido gap.
Yes.
I think it's called libido gap.
And I also feel for women too, you know, as they grow older, they've got quite a complex number of issues going on.
They certainly do.
God, they get a rough deal, woman.
They do.
You know what I mean? The pregnancies, the
but, you know,
the menopause.
People do open doors for them and that.
Yeah, that's true, and give up their seats.
And,
if they're good bastards.
All goods then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, it is what it is. You know, for example, you know, if there's a war, we have to go and die.
True.
Our average life expectancy is 5 years less than women. There's more suicide. You know, so there's, you know, there's pluses and minuses.
Correct.
On both sides.
And
you can't do anything about either of them, so just stop your fucking moaning.
Jeez.
And that's from both sides.
Yes.
Jesus, there's some moaning.
Very good.
All right.
We're at about 9 minutes. Fellas.
Well, that's good enough.
I think
that's good enough. You want to run with that?
Short, impactful one today.
I think it was a goodie. Well, there's a real depth to that.
Yeah, very much so. Pugs, we're happy
much
with
like
that.
my lovemaking. Keyzie word.
Your Hauraki Big Show Keyzie word of the day is
testosterone.
Yeah, boy.
Nice. Follow us on the Instagram, Hauraki Big Show. If you get all 5 Keyzie words in for the week, into the DM with your contact number. Could be calling you on Monday with a brand new vinyl and a Backbone t-shirt and all sorts of other goodies. And follow us on Instagram, Mr. Mike Minogue, Hoity J, Call Me Pugs, Chris Key NZ.
Thanks, mate.